So, did you guys get to play around with your lines at all, do any improv, and did anything you make up come up in the movie?
Trying to think of anything.
We got to do a little bit of improvisation. My problem is whenever I was improvising, I'd do the American accent and I would be able to prepare all of the lines in the script with the American accent with my dialect coach. But the minute I started improvising and I was off piste, all of a sudden I didn't have a safety net and I'd start improvising and the accent would go all over the place. We'd have a tour around all of the different states of America. Shout cut. And I would be like, how was it? And he was like, yeah, some of the stuff you were saying was very funny, but you know, I think at one point we were in Texas, then you were a Cali girl, then you were a Southern dame. It was all over the place. So there was a lot of improvising and then having to redo it and do more takes and trying to get the accent right. So for me, that was the biggest challenge of improvising in this movie.
I could see where that would be tough. Maybe we'll get some bloopers of the accent going crazy.
Hi, how are you guys today?
Great.
So, and it's funny because I'm looking at your names here and I was like, those are not the names of the people that I'm talking to. Zoom is so funny like that. So you guys together were quite a comedic duo. Obviously, Jack, you have done quite a lot of comedy in your previous experience with some TV shows that maybe I won't name because I feel a little inappropriate talking about that, with Darcy, but, and, working with Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt and Jungle Cruise. What kind of, how is it different working on something like this with, a big old animated dog versus, other types of movies with real people?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a challenge because you are slightly taking a leap of faith, and when you're trying to construct scenes that are funny and have physical elements to them, you're reliant on there being this CGI aspect as well, and that there are certain limitations to what you're able to do or improvise in the moment, because then all of the footage has got to be sent off to an animator who's then got to add in the vital part, namely Clifford. But we had so much help in that we had a special effects team that were on set every day and helped us work out what we could and we couldn't do. We had an amazing art team that drew a lot of the scenes before, so we could visually see what they were going to look like, and some of the scenes were even animated up and we saw the previs before we did the scene, so we knew exactly what the intention was. So yeah, we had an amazing creative team around us that made us feel very supported and allowed us to try and deliver what they wanted, but also to be able to kind of understand the process, which was really helpful.
Hi, so Jack, you are hilarious, a comedian. Just again, I love your work too. Like Jana was saying, I think the first thing I saw you in is also something not Clifford appropriate, but so you got to work with some really funny people in this movie too. John Cleese, David Allen Greer. What was it like being on set with them? Were there any outrageous moments that happened with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, there was so many of my peers in terms of comedians, and Kenan Thompson, who I know Darby's a big fan of as well, from his work on Saturday Night Live, and John Cleese, who is my comedy hero. And I never got the chance to meet him, and the chance not only to meet him but to work with him on this was a real kind of bucket list experience for me career-wise. And he was great, so mischievous and funny, and always up for a laugh and up for playing with the scenes. And they say never meet your heroes, but I would say if your hero is John Cleese, then definitely meet him, because he's an absolute joy.
Okay, so in the movie, Emily starts out, with some issues at school, definitely a little insecure, not fitting in. Jack, your character talks to us a little bit. Uncle Casey, kind of has his own insecurities. At one point, you are talking to Emily about how her mom kind of helped raise you. Can you talk a little bit about how sort of those two connect in the movie, and sort of how maybe Casey's journey of like helping Emily with some of those insecurities might have helped Casey's insecurities.
Yeah, I think they both do have similar insecurities, and they're both basically lacking a bit of sort of self-belief and confidence. And you know, the movie is about connection in so many ways, and the bond that they form and the strength that that gives them. And they're both able to kind of help each other find inner strength and to find confidence and to stand up for themselves and to believe in themselves. And that's so much of the message of this movie, is about kind of self-belief. And even if you're having a tough time, or even if other people judge you or think ill of you, or don't think you're capable of doing things, you are. And you know, it shows that if other people you know, can, you know, believe in each other and to help each other, then they can grow in confidence.